guys, it's Trevor with Timbers Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Today we are showing you our brand new island setup that we just got installed and set up. Wanted to go over some of the products that are in this island, talk about the island itself, and do a review on Lynx gas grills. So let's start with the grill itself. So what we have in here is this is the 36-inch professional series by Lynx. And then the way we have it trimmed out as far as burners go is going to be the all trident infrared burners. We'll get into that in a few seconds here about what exactly that means. But many of the questions that we get a lot, and I've talked about this in some of my other videos, is when we get into the high-end gas grill market, what justifies the extra cost when we get into the $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 price range when it comes to gas grills, as opposed to a $2,000 gas grill, which is still a very high-end, very high-quality product. What are you getting? Is it worth the extra money? Well, let's talk about Lynx a little bit. So we have a spring-assisted hood, and then this latch, or lever I should say, moves. So, you know, it does work very nice. That is a nice feature. Of course, our cooking grids are very heavy-duty, solid 304 stainless steel. And then we do have a rotisserie kit that's going to be standard. And then this is on a motor that does different speeds, high, medium, low, which is kind of nice. You know, a lot of the grills you see are for one setting or one speed. We do have an infrared rear burner for our rotisserie warming rack on here, and then interior and exterior lighting, and then a drip pan that pulls out here. But again, when we get into those features, all of the high-end gas grills really do that. So what am I paying for here? Why is it worth Lynx worth the extra money? Well, I've said before is in order to justify, for me, all these bells and whistles are nice, but in order for me to justify spending the extra money on a gas grill, it really has to change the way I cook. It has to change the way it cooks food, and it actually affect the taste of my food. So the only combination, in my opinion, that does that is the all trident burners. Now, why is that so important? Well, I'll show you some close-ups of these burners. But essentially, they're all infrared. So this is using all infrared cooking. What does that mean? Well, infrared allows us to get to the high-end temperatures, 1200, 1500 degrees. Now that's important, especially with cooking red meats, things like that, because we can really have a true restaurant-grade sear. The problem has been with infrared is they are always so hot, and so it can just incinerate everything, which sometimes you don't want that, so you wouldn't typically want an all-infrared grill if you're doing veggies or ribs or something that you need to cook slow. Infrared has made that tough. Lynx is the only one on the market that has an all-infrared burner that allows us to go from 1200 degrees all the way down to 300. So it gives us that full radius to actually affect the way that we change the way that we cook. When we did a demo out here, we had tri-tip going at 1200 degrees on this side, and then we had some roasted or barbecue pineapple at 300 degrees, all cooking at the same time. See, that's when it starts to become worth the money for me, because now it's changing our cooking experience and what we can do on the grill. The bells and whistles are nice, but I need something that's actually going to change the way I cook. And then what's really cool is when we say trident, it means these burners are shaped like a trident. And so what that does is it allows for even cooking distribution. So just looking at it, every burner in here goes in 2-inch increments. So every 2 inches we have a burner line. So we don't have any hot spots, which is also really cool. So again, we're starting to change the way that we cook. So for me, that's why in the high-end market, I really like the Lynx product, because it is going to be on the high side. You're going to spend money on it, but it actually changes the way I cook when we go to an all-infrared platform. So for me, that's what I'm seeing in the product. And of course, it does have some nice curb appeal, really nice high quality, lifetime warranty on the grill. So in my opinion, you are getting what you pay for. This would be one of the instances where I would say you know, if you have the money, you're gonna be getting what you pay for, and it's worth the extra money because it changes our cooking experience. And then, of course, their accessories are very nice. We have the storage drawer, and which also has under cabinet lighting, storage cabinets, which are going to be soft close. We have a prep station with a double burner, again, a little warming shelf in here. So this kind of stuff, again, it just sort of falls in line. It's not going to change the way we cook or maybe even the way we experience an outdoor kitchen, but it certainly is nice and polished with the refrigeration. Everything looks very, very attractive. Then of course we have our island. So if you're interested in getting some islands prefab, we can prefab them based on your grill specs and then send you some CAD drawings based on what you want and sort of mix and match everything. If you want countertop stone, or if you just want steel cabinets ready to finish and you do your own finish work, we can really mix and match a lot of options here and really customize what you're looking for in an outdoor kitchen. So I'm kind of going on and on here, but if you're looking in the high-end gas grill market and you want something in the $5,000–$6,000 range like we've talked about, take a look at Lynx, because again, as I say over and over again, to spend that kind of money, it's got to change the way I cook, because there's a lot of really, really good gas grills for under $3,000. And so for me to take that jump has changed my cooking experience, which cooking on an all-infrared grill like this, it does. And so that's why we recommend the Lynx product. If you have any questions, you can come down to our showroom, get hands-on with these grills yourself in Westminster, Colorado, in the Denver metro area. Don't forget, you can always call and text our sales staff at 303-800-5659, or check out all of these products on our website at www.embersliving.com. We'll give you some close-ups here. Thanks so much for checking out this.
Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, subscribe to our channel today, give this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned for more videos.